grit beats talent every single time. Introducing the new BF Goodrich All-Terrain KO3 tire. Legendary toughness made tougher. BF Goodrich, what are you building for?
Not only has employee pricing been extended at Alexander Ford in Yuma, it's better than ever. It's Employee Pricing Plus. You still pay what we pay on the entire lineup of new Fords. Plus, take a test drive this month and you could win $10,000 cash. Just scan this QR code to register. It's another incredible month to save on Ford Escapes, Explorers, Expeditions, and of course F-150s and Super Duties. For a difference you can count on, it's Alexander Ford in Yuma.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 2025 coverage here, presented by Method Race Wheels and Fox Shocks all day long here on Fishgistics. You guys ready for the Baja 500? Well, it started this morning. It started real early this morning if you're a bike rider. They started at 4 o'clock this morning, and I don't know about you, but I was still sleeping at 4 o'clock this morning, so I didn't watch the bikes go off the line. But we were up, and we did see the trucks go off the line, and they just started a little bit ago. And they are through Ojos. They're at about mile 60 or 70 maybe is the leader right now. So let's head over to the map and take a look. So here we go. First, we're going to check in on the bikes though, because like I said, they started early this morning, and look where they are. They are all the way over here in San Vicente. So you have the lead bike is going to be the 7X. So Tyler Lynn is the rider of record there on the 7X, and they are your lead bike. They're at mile 339. You can see as of right now. So the 7X and the 1X are your two first and second bike. Now, the 1X is Arturo Salas there, rider of record, not driver, I guess, a driver, rider, whatever you want to say. So there you go. So that's where the top two lead bikes are right now. They do have a big gap between them, actually. Sometimes some of these races we've seen a little closer gap, but the 7X is looking pretty good right now. They're at 339 and they're at 330. So about a 9-mile gap between the two bikes right now. Then it's a ways back. You see, we got to scroll all the way back down here to find the 15X, and they're at 305. So that's almost that's over 30 miles behind the lead bike, almost 40 miles behind the lead bike. Now quads, we have we're really close. Look at this. All three of these right here. We have the 101 right here is the 138A. Trying to see what that one was behind it. So the 101A is your lead quad right now, but look, right behind is the 138A, only less than a mile behind, 295.6 and 296.0. So half a mile separates the first and second quad physical right now. And then the 116A is right there as well. So really good battle between the top three quads all the way in, almost 300 miles into the course. And we have three quads within a couple miles of each other. So really good race going on for the quads. Now let me turn some of these classes on and off here because they get crazy. Let's go check on the Ironmen. There was only 4 Ironmen. Kind of a small Ironman turnout this race for some reason. So we did hear that Austin Eddy, unfortunately, he crashed hard in the beginning of the race. He thinks he may have broke his collarbone or his shoulder, so he was out of the race, and he was headed back north earlier in a truck on the highway. So he's out. So 790. We got Eric Miguel here, Estrada is your lead Ironman. It looks like the 790X at mile 222. And then behind him, we have the 715X. Larry here is going to be your second bike there. So that is going to be 1 and 2 on the bikes right now on Ironman. And then back here, we have Benjamin is going to be your third. So that's the only 3 that are left. But Benjamin, you can see, is sitting at 0 miles an hour. So that's not a great sign right there. That's not really what you want to see. You never want to see 0 miles an hour when you're looking at this. So that's a look at your bike classes for now. We'll check back on them a little bit later. Let's go back and look at the trucks now. So we have now remember, you always have to look at what time these updated, right? So if you just joined us and you didn't see, Christopher Polvardi actually qualified first, and he was first off the line. but he literally went like 3 turns and clipped a wall and ripped the right front corner off of the truck. The whole spindle came off and everything. Ripped the whole upright off. So it seemed kind of weird because looking at his video there, the thing that he hit there wasn't really that big. So I'm wondering if he damaged that thing in qualifying, and it's a billet upright. Sometimes in billet, it's hard to see it right before it fails. Like it doesn't always show a big crack. It could be on the inside of billet. It's hard to see. So I don't know. Maybe something got damaged in that thing in his qualifying run because we know he was driving really hard in qualifying. We saw that. Like we were watching that. We watched his whole qualifying. He was on it. So maybe he damaged that thing in qualifying, is my guess, and it was about to fail. And that turn where it just hit the wall, it put it over the end and just ripped the front off. So huge bummer for Christopher Polvardi. His last 2 Baja races have literally ended before he even could take a breath, just about. So horrible luck there for him. And hopefully, he'll be back for the 400 and have a little better race. I mean, it can't really get much worse than that. So, I mean, hopefully he can, get back there. That's just such a bummer. So that Luke McMillan is now out front. So Luke McMillan is going to be the first truck. We have Luke, we have Toby Price, and we have Tavo here. Now Tavo, you can see it hasn't updated in 2 minutes. So Tavo should actually be running second, I believe. And then that's going to be Toby Price is going to be third. And then Alan Impudia is going to be fourth. So make sure you look, see it says 2 minutes ago. So that's not an accurate spot. He's going to be up behind Luke here because Luke just updated right now. So it's going to be Luke, and then it's going to be Tavo, like we said, and then Toby, and then Alan, and then Justin Lofton is going to be behind them. We got Robbie Gordon. Here we go, the dual engine. What do you guys think? How far is Robbie going to make it today? Is he going to be able to keep this truck alive? It should be fun. He's going to drive it to mile 238, and then Max Gordon, Robbie's son, is going to get in and take it the rest of the way. It'll be Max's first time driving a trophy truck in Baja. So pretty cool. I'm hoping that number 5 truck can hold together today. They had a little bit of bad luck in San Felipe where a steering component failed. Part of the rack broke on it, or the rack adapter broke on it. So bummer for them, but hopefully they can get it to the finish today. Behind them, we have Kevin Thompson, Harley Letner. Harley did start in the truck because Harley qualified. So that is going to be Harley in there right now. And then behind them, we have Ethan Ebert here. So Ethan Ebert. And then he was the first 2-wheel drive. So see the T, if you guys are new and you didn't see San Felipe, the T class is 2-wheel drive class now. So when you see 81T, that means 2-wheel drive. They're in a separate class from the all-wheel drives, but they're racing for the overall together still. And they do start mixed in qualifying. So when you qualify, if a 2-wheel drive qualified first, they would have started first. And if they qualified, last, they start last. That's the way it is. They combine the all-wheel drives, the 2-wheel drives, and the legends all get combined off your qualifying results. And then that is your start order. So that's a look at what we have going on at the front. We got Dan McMillan, Maverick Gaunt there, Tim Herbst. So that's a bunch of your 2-wheel drives here. If we scroll back, the next class we're going to be talking about is Class 1. So Class 1 started, let's see, the trophy truck started 1 vehicle every minute. And then Class 1 started 1 vehicle every 30 seconds. So these guys started 30 seconds apart. Cody Reed did start first. So it was Cody Reed first. And then Brendan Gaughan did start second. So he's still second. And then Kyle Quinn did start third. He's still third. And then we have fourth one was Cody Parkhouse right here. So they're in the same order that they started in so far. You can see they're only 30 miles into the race. So nothing crazy's happened in Class 1 yet. But that is a look there. Then after the Class 1s, there was a 3-minute gap. So they wait 3 minutes, and then they start the trophy truck specs, one every 30 seconds. So the first trophy truck spec off the line was Jason McNeil. So he's right here. You can see the 234. He was first off the line. Then we have Justin Davis and Mike Mersal. Mike Mersal was actually second, and then Justin Davis was third. So their trackers, you can see Marsal's hasn't updated, and Justin's just did. So Marsal's probably still in front of Justin Davis. And that was actually Grabowski that was driving that truck, that started in that truck, because we saw him qualify a couple days ago. EJ Herbst back here, that's Ryan Millen. We saw Ryan Millen qualifying that truck. And then we have Sean Geiser back here. And then it goes on from there. So you can see that's kind of all we have off the line so far. If we scroll back, the specs are offline. We do have the 1800 class. This is the Pro UTV class, Unlimited UTV class. They did start. So Wayne Matlock is right there. They didn't qualify. So these ones just were I forget how they did this one. Was it just a random draw? I think I forget how they started. I don't even remember because it changes all the time. So Wayne Matlock is showing. Brandon Walsh is actually up there. We got Justin Smith. Let me see. Yeah, Max Eddy Jr. So we have quite a few of them off the line. It's going to be hard to tell who's where because they just started. They're literally only mile 21, but the start is actually just right here at mile 15. So they're really only 5 miles into the race. You start down in Ensenada like always, but it's a parade. It's a parade up here. It's not timed. You don't get any time credit for that. So you start in Ensenada, you go transit up to Rancho Nelson, turn off here, and then the actual time start is right here. So if you're looking at the map and wondering why all these people are stacked up right there, that is the actual time start and finish of the race is right there. So this is the important thing. You can see where it says timing right here. That's the actual start of the race. So you can see we have class 10 cars going off the line next. The last 1800 car just went. So the last Pro UTV just went. It looks like Jason Shipman or Eliseo from Nora is going to be next off the line here in their Class 10 cars, and then we'll check back in later for the rest of those. So if you guys have anything you want me to look at throughout the day, just let us know in the chat here. I don't know if my chat's working or not. I have to turn it on. I don't see anything yet, but we'll see what you guys have to say. And then we will be checking in every hour on the hour like we always do. So let's go back and look at the front again and make sure nothing's changed. I do have some split times actually. Hang on, let me give you guys some split times. So as of mile 65, which is, let's see where they are. Okay, right here. See where they just went by? So at mile 65, now this is corrected time, what I'm going to read you right here. So we have Toby Price in the 46 is actually winning on corrected time. This is all unofficial. Toby Price is winning by 15 seconds over Justin Lofton right now. So Justin Lofton is second. Alan Ampudia is third. Tavo Vidosala is fourth. And Luke McMillan is actually fifth right now on corrected time. So remember, the race runs on corrected time. Everybody doesn't start at the same time. So just because you're in front right now, we can see, you know, Luke and Tavo up here, they're actually fifth and fourth right now on corrected time. These guys behind them actually have them on time. Toby Price is winning the race right now by 15 seconds at mile 65. So pretty cool to have all this new technology and get you guys all these split times. You can also see the SCORE split times. They're going to have some a little bit later. So theirs hasn't updated yet. Let me refresh this and see if it shows anything on here for you guys. No. So the SCORE one hasn't updated yet, but we do have other split times coming in all day. So I will be able to keep you guys posted on the all-wheel drives, at least for their split times all day. So that's pretty cool. That'll be fun to watch. All right. So I think that's all for our update this time. Let me see if I got anything else for you here. Trying to find out. Let's see. Toby Price. Yeah, look at that. 130 miles an hour. That is a super fast section. So this road right here is literally wide open. You can see, look, Luke's doing 131. What was Tavo doing? 135.9. That is super fast. That is the El Arco road. It's straight. Look at the line. It's perfectly straight, wide open, as fast as you want to go down that thing. So Luke doing 131, Alan and Pudia doing 132. So if you want to see high speed today, this is probably one of the sections where you'll see the highest speed. The other section could be on the Mike's turnoff right here, where they turn off from the highway to go to Mike's, but you see it's not as long, and then it gets a little curvy. So this will be really fast right here too, but I think the highest speed today is probably going to be right here. I don't think you're going to see over 132, 135. This is going to be your high speed of the race, in my opinion, right today in this race. So kind of cool. Watch these as they come by the section. You can highlight, put your mouse over them, and you can watch and see who does the fastest. Let me know what you guys see here during the day, who actually does the fastest time today. So that'll be fun to keep an eye on today. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap up our first update here on Fishgistics. We will be here live all day, every hour on the hour, just like we have been for 8 years now. So comment on the top of the hour. Noon will be our next update. We'll obviously check on a lot of the other classes once they get started. They're just going off the line right now, so there's not much to tell you there. If you just joined us, the 7X is out front over here at mile 349. That is the lead bike, followed by the 1X. Arturo Salas is the second bike. So we'll keep an eye on them. The quads is a really good race. We got the 116A here. We got the 101A and the 138A. They are all really close together. So that's going to be fun to watch all those guys throughout the day today too. All right. So we will keep an eye on everything here. As always, if you guys get any good updates or split times or pictures, send them to us down there. And big shout out to all of our sponsors, Method Race Wheels, Fox Shocks, BFG Tires, VP Racing, everybody that came on board this year once again to help bring these updates to you guys. And it makes it fun doing all these things. So we'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. Come back at noon. Until then, go over and watch the, here you go. Go watch the SCORE live feed on YouTube. So go to youtube.com, look up SCORE International. They have a bunch of cameras out all over the course today. So go check that out. That'll be fun to keep an eye on them today. And then come back here every hour on the hour and we'll give you a quick 15 to 20 minute update and let you know what's going on. A couple other little notes I had right here. Phil Blurton actually is not racing today. He got really sick. So Phil had to go home and he's not able to race. So big bummer for Phil Blurton. He's always a big favorite there in the UTV category, especially the forced induction class with his Can-Am. So bummer for Phil. I know he's not feeling well. I mean, if he's not feeling well and he had to race, or if he's not racing, you know he's actually not feeling well. So big bummer for Phil, but hopefully he gets feels a little better soon, and we can see him back at the 400. And that's our update there. If the 46, if you guys are wondering, that is Toby Price in there right now. So Toby's going to be driving till about mile 270-ish, and then Paul's going to hop in and bring it to the finish. So we'll keep you updated on who else is in the trucks. Everyone else right here, this is all the driver of records. Tavo's going to go the whole way. Luke's going to go the whole way. Alan's going to go the whole way. Justin's going to go the whole way. Robbie, we said he's going to go to mile 238, and then Max is going to get in. So we'll keep you updated on who's in the vehicles all day as well. And then we're going to bring on some special guests later too. We should have Brad Wilson's going to join us probably next update. We're going to have Andy McMillan join us throughout the day-to-day as well. Hopefully both of them are at home, not racing for different reasons this race, which is a bummer, but it'll be cool. We get to talk to him on here. So come back at noon and we will check in with you guys then. See you in a little bit.
The international race attracts drivers and off-road racing enthusiasts from all over the world.
Off-road racing is important to Baja Designs because, simply put, it tests the envelope and it clearly makes or breaks the progression aspect of what we do and why we do it. The racers out here are the 1% pushing it to its full potential. This is a proving ground for every aspect of lighting.